ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात्।
Welcome, Deepa. Welcome to this
Hi,
wonderful
Ashwini.
section.
Thank you so much for organizing this. I was looking forward to our chat today.
Yes, and I'm so excited to welcome you to this Awaken to Yoga series. And I would like to welcome all our viewers who are watching us. Awaken to Yoga series is your own gateway to the higher mind. And we have with us a wonderful guest, Deepa Bhatt. Hi, Deepa. Say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
So,
Thank you for
Deepa,
listening in.
yes. So Deepa is a 500 hours certified yoga teacher from the amazing Sivananda Yoga Vidyapitham in Kannur, Kerala, India. And Deepa is the resident of Dubai since last 13 years. She's an avid yoga practitioner since 2014, a yoga teacher since 2017. Wow. And she is, her teaching style includes the Sivananda yoga and traditional classical Hatha yoga style. And Deepa has this experience in not just transforming body, but also transforming minds through her practice. She had spent 12 plus years in a corporate setup before she found a calling, as what I call it. And she adopted this amazing balanced approach to integrate what we call as the ancient yogic perspectives with modern scientific thought so that this beautiful age old practice can be made accessible to the contemporary society. And guys, Deepa and me are friends since college. So for me,
Yes.
she's a college friend. She'll always be that. And on my spiritual journey, as a Reiki master, as a spiritual teacher, we reconnected after a very long time, and it's so amazing. And
Yes.
I'm always learning from her. There is so much to learn from her. She's amazing in her taken her yoga
And
classes
likewise.
too. And she's amazing. And that's why we thought that this amazing approach of learning yoga with Deepa would be it would be great to reach out to all of you with this series, and that's why we came up with Awaken to Yoga series. So of course, this is our first introductory video, friends, and in this first introductory video, of course, we are going to introduce not just yoga but also the Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga, which are called as the Ashtanga Yoga, which is famous all over the world, and we are going to learn much about it in detail in our upcoming videos. But this being our fresh first introductory video, I thought let us just chit chat a bit and know a little more about yoga. So, Deepa, I'll tell you my experience with yoga and I'll tell you
Yeah.
what I used to think about yoga. So, around a decade ago, I found myself as a 20 something corporate employee, professional investment
Mm-hmm.
banker. I used to
Mm-hmm.
attend yoga because I had gained a lot of weight on my body. And for me, yoga
Mm-hmm.
was something which I wanted to do to lose weight. Okay, that was the only thing. And I ended
Yeah.
up going to a upmarket yoga studio in South Mumbai, where I was
Yeah.
surrounded by people who were totally flexible. Most of them were very
Yeah.
elder to me. Most of them were in their 50s and 60s. I was the only
Wow.
youngster. Yeah, there were a few youngsters like me too. But I found all of them doing asanas very flexibly. And here I was feeling so lost because I was not flexible. I had a lot of shame because I couldn't do the asanas well. I did a couple of classes after which I stopped going. And I felt, okay, yoga is not my cup of tea. It is not something which I can do. And that ended one part of my yoga journey. But around 5, 6 years later, around 2013, 14, when I became a Reiki master, and once I started
Yeah.
learning about chakras, once I started learning about our pranamaya kosh, or the layer of our
Yes.
etheric body,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
comprises of prana. And when my
Yeah.
studies went in detail, I started reading more about yoga. And at that time, I was so curious to know that wow, yoga is definitely much more than just a physical exercise. And you know,
Yeah.
Deepa, I was like, wow, I wish everyone knows, because a lot of people of your and my generation, a lot of people maybe elder to us, and also the youngsters, everyone is
True.
not aware of what actually yoga is. So, Deepa,
Yeah.
please enlighten us. Please tell us what exactly is yoga, what is not yoga, and I'm so much looking forward to hear this from you.
Thank you, Ashwini. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the
Pleasure.
kind words. And I can only speak from where I stand, from what I know. And I want to say that there is, there is always sort of yoga has become synonymous with asana.
Absolutely.
So there is this image in our minds, like when we say I practice yoga, I'm thinking in my mind of, holding a tree pose with complete serenity and poise,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm thinking, wow, I'm practicing yoga so beautifully. But in reality, that, it's not like that. It's like how you react to your loud child when you're doing your tree pose. How you
Absolutely.
react, that is about yoga. Or how you're able to calmly set aside your thoughts about the uncertain future, or any disturbing thoughts while you go about your daily chores, that is about yoga. Or how you react to your angry colleague on a extremely stressful work day, that is about yoga. So yoga is not about coming to that mat for that 1 hour in a day and doing amazing asanas. It's what you carry outside of the mat through that practice,
Wow.
and how you let how you let those teachings seep into your life. That is the real
Beautiful.
test or hallmark of a true yoga practice. So I feel asana is just the tip of the iceberg.
Hmm.
um, Asana, pranayama are just tools to kind of take you further on the path. So actually that brings me to a point of what yoga is not, because I think when we understand what yoga is not,
Right.
we'll be able to understand what yoga is. First of all, I want to say that yoga is not a religion.
Hmm.
Yoga is not a religion. It is not connected to Hindu religion or anything like that, because it predates any organized religion. Let it be very clear. It predates organized religion by thousands of years, because yoga
Wow.
as a science comes from the Vedas. The Vedas predated organized religion by thousands of years. I mean, they were written down only in 3,500 years ago, 1,500 BC.
Wow. It's that
Which means
ancient.
orally, yeah, that ancient. Orally, they were transmitted for thousands of years before they were actually written down and coded. You know what I mean? So,
Yes,
which
yes.
means that when uh, when the science of yoga was created, it was inspired from the Vedic thought. So
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
was no concept of any religion as such. It was simply about how a good life should be led. So that's why I want to first of all stress very clearly here that it is not about religion. It is not connected to a religion. It predates religion. Secondly, I want to say that it's not a purely physical practice. So just to give an example, it's like if you use using yoga for physical fitness only,
Hmm.
it's like using your iPhone for just calling and messaging.
Wow, what a wonderful way to put it.
Literally, imagine
Yeah,
you're given a super iPhone, like the latest iPhone, and
right.
all you do with it is call and message
Calling.
on WhatsApp. That's it. Everything else you're not aware of, or you don't care about, because or probably you don't know about it. So it's like using yoga for weight loss
Wow.
is like using iPhone only for that. So
Got it.
actually,
Great analogy.
yeah. I thought that would connect with people, because everybody loves their iPhone, no?
Absolutely. So do I, but I'm also going to take this into consideration. It's very important to understand yoga that way. So great.
Yes. So what is it? So it is actually about your mind. In reality, yoga is about your mind. So body is just a way to approach the mind. Maharishi Patanjali, when he codified the Yoga Sutras, the second sutra already just says very simply, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, meaning yoga is the cessation of the vrittis of the mind, meaning cessation of the fluctuations of the mind. So in reality, yoga is about your mind. It's about transforming the mind, and through transforming your mind, transforming all the aspects of your life.
And mind is so
it's about,
important, Deepa, because in today's world we see a lot of problems are arising because the mind needs to be
absolutely,
balanced.
absolutely. And the issue is that all the problems that are happening in life are through our mind. Of course, there are external issues, there are external factors that we cannot control, but a lot of the factors are happening internally. And mind plays a very big part in how we live our life. So yoga uses the mind to impact us in a positive way, impact life in a positive way. So it is not about appearances. It's not about like, appearing to be an advanced asana practitioner or an advanced meditator or an advanced yogi, who is like, who has all these various siddhis. It's not that. It's about taking off all the masks. It's like, taking off the masks, the layers that you've created around yourself to show authentic. Who you really are. Being authentic. Yes.
Wow. And that's so great because, a lot of people have had, as you rightly put, using your iPhone for only calling and messaging. People just believe that, yes, it's only about a pose, losing weight. I lost this much weight. For a very long time, people talk about only gaining and losing weight. But people don't think about what's happening in their mind. If you have gained weight or if you have lost weight, how does it make you feel? So thank you for putting this point up, because mental health is extremely important in today's era.
Absolutely, Ashwini. I think this is what people are forgetting how important mental health is in feeling your overall well-being. And physical health is one aspect of it, but mental health is absolutely extremely important. So that cannot be, I cannot even stress on it more than, I cannot even begin to start saying how important it is.
And Deepa, as you rightly said, most people believe that life is a puzzle. Life is just happening to you and you are somewhere stuck in this victim mode where things are happening to you. And that is how most people believe life to be. So, this really makes so much sense.
Exactly, as you rightly pointed out, most of us are stuck in that state of victimhood where we feel that, oh my God, this life is such a puzzle. I have to figure the life out. I have to, I don't know, I'm stuck in a maze and I can't figure my way out. And this is the mindset people are in most of the times, where they feel that they're stuck. They need to find their way out. So I think the way I see it is, yoga is a tool where which helps you bring your body, mind, and your energies together. So you can really kind of put the missing pieces of your life back together,
Wow.
It's like, it really brings it all together so that you don't feel a sense of being a victim anymore. You are more in charge of your life. You are more in control of your life.
Beautiful.
And healthy body, healthy mind, well-being, all that is just a side effect. It's a beautiful side effect of yoga, and 100% you will experience it. If you practice regularly, you will experience all of that. But don't think it is just about that. There is so much more.
Wow. And of course, Deepa, now that we are doing this series, of course, the aim of this series was to let people know more about yoga. And of course, as we said, we are going to have much more about the 8 limbs of the Ashtanga Yoga, which was given by Patanjali. And I would just like you to maybe just give us a quick introduction on Maharshi Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga, what we call as Ashtanga Yoga. So all our viewers must be really waiting to hear that. So can you just quickly give us?
Yeah. So this is a huge topic in itself, and we will cover it in videos, like 8 different videos. But just very quickly to go over them, we start with yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. These are 8 limbs of yoga. So as you can see, asana is just the 3rd limb. Pranayama is the 4th limb of yoga. There are so many there are other aspects, 6 other aspects of yoga. So you can say that you are practicing yoga fully and completely when you try and follow all these limbs. So we talk about these limbs. We talk about these limbs and how they relate to our practical life also in our videos. And it gives us a better understanding of the depth and the breadth of yoga. you know,
Yes.
as opposed to what it is like merely as an asana
Projected,
practice. No,
yes.
actually there is so much. There's so much more to it. So we will discuss that in detail
Of
in our
course.
videos.
And I'm so looking forward to know more about it. I'm sure all our viewers who are watching us are also as excited and as looking forward to know more about this. So, Deepa, thank you so much for enlightening us and giving us this quick introduction. You have made it really easy, and the analogies you've given, the you have made this really this ancient knowledge very easy for us to understand. So we are really very grateful to have you on this amazing Awaken to Yoga series. And of course, all our viewers,
Thank you, Ash.
we are going to learn more about this in our upcoming videos. But for now, I can simply say that Deepa, yes, I do look forward to it. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you for enlightening us. And
You too. Likewise. Thank you for organizing this beautiful, series and taking your time out to help the viewers understand the science
absolutely,
and the practice of yoga better.
because Deepa, I always feel that our viewers, once they understand this in detail, they will definitely imbibe it in their day-to-day life, even if they take a few minutes out of their daily busy schedule.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people who are friends, family who are very busy, but even if this series
Yes.
makes some sense to them and they can apply it to their
Yes.
life to make it richer, I think we will have done our purpose. So
Yeah.
thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Deepa. We would like to conclude
Thank
this.
you, Ash.
It's my pleasure. We would like to conclude this by simply saying a note of thanks. And we would love to see you in our upcoming episode with all the 8 limbs of yoga one by one. So do stay tuned. And yes, of course, to know more about this and to keep yourself updated on this, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Ashwini Chube. That is my YouTube channel. We also have, you can also follow us on Instagram. My Instagram handle is unicorn_insight. For Deepa, it is Deepa, so that you can know more about her. And of course, that will help you stay posted on the upcoming videos as well. So do not forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
And we are sending you lots of love and light. And we hope wherever you are, you stay blessed. Thank you very much. Namaste. And lots
Namaste.
and lots of blessings to all of you. Thank you.